going on at this airport with the expansion of the forestry base, so we're really excited about this. So I'd like to welcome all of our dignitaries here today, including MP Jim Eglinski. We have our Mayor Greg Pasychny here, our CAO Mike Derricott. I believe all of our councillors are here from Edson as well. Acting Deputy Mayor Stuart Taylor from Hinton is here as well. Doug Goss from Tourism Jasper, he's the board chair. Mary Darling, CEO of Tourism Jasper, and we have some representation from the Edson Chamber as well. Yellowhead County could not come as they have a council meeting today, and West Yellowhead MLA Eric Rosendahl also couldn't make it. But without further ado,
You forgot to introduce the Mayor.
Oh, sorry, he was the first one on my list too. Mayor Jasper Richard Ireland, of course. So I'll ask MP Jim Eglinski to come up and say a few words.
Well, thank you all for coming this afternoon. I'm very pleased to be here on behalf of the federal government. I'd like to thank you for introducing all the dignitaries, and just to all of the dignitaries again, I don't have to go through your names. Welcome. On behalf of the Government of Canada and the Honourable Lisa Raitt, Minister of Transport, I'm pleased to be here today. I think one of the first things after I got elected was I spoke to Greg. We talked about this airport and the importance of trying to get the CATSA certification, and that's one of the first things I took to Ottawa with me. One of the first people I met was with Lisa Raitt and the Secretary of State, Mr. Watson, to deal with this. But an exciting time for all of us today. It's been an ongoing cause for the three communities, and I think that's the uniqueness about this whole project, is that we have the three communities. We have Edson as the base, 4 communities. We have our county, and then we have Hinton, and we have Jasper. 3 communities and 1 county getting together with a unique idea of making this a designated airport so that we can bring in traffic from the major areas and fly into the major areas, especially looking at the tourism industry for the whole area and possibly building that into a viable commercial transport trade from this area. Great idea, great concept, and it's one that worked because Transport Canada has looked very clearly into the needs of Canada and a need to change the Canadian air safety regulations, and that need and change had to look at airports like this that had a special need to become designated. We only have 89 airports in Canada that are designated, of approximately 200 that are registered major commercial airports. So it's a very small number, but it takes a very strict set of safety guidelines to become a designated airport and to get onto that list. We re-looked at the policies, we looked at the regulations and said, can we change? Sure we can. There's a need. I think there's approximately 10 airports across Canada that are actively trying to do exactly what we are doing here in this great area. We have another airport in our province, and that's the airport of Cold Lake, that has also been given the opportunity to get its CATSA certification. Great for the province of Alberta, that's 2 out of 10. What does this mean? I think the sign in front of us tells us exactly what it means for our whole region. A lot of prosperity, growth, etc. Our government is very concerned with airport safety, and we have to be because we are an international recognized country and we have to follow the international safety requirements, and CATSA is definitely part of that. That is why it's such a lengthy and strict process in which to change. But change can be made if the communities that are seeking and the airports that are seeking to make part of that change are willing to go along with the new regulations and to accept the guidelines provided by CATSA. CATSA is a pretty strict organization in its safety requirements, and there will be requirements for the communities that are joining forces here today with our airport to make some changes that will be needed to accommodate the safety requirements of a screening facility and a separate area for the screened persons to go in. And I know we all cringe when we go to any airport when we're traveling within Canada, within our designated airports, or outside of Canada, that pain in the butt of going through screening. But it's there for all of our safety and the safety of aviation across the board in Canada, and that's paramount with our interests of our government. I had a really long speech, but I'm going to go ad lib because this is very long. The important thing to remember is that the changing of the designations and the applications are based on the individual communities that are applying or the airports. And it's a strict set of rules that we looked at as a government, and we said we have accepted 10 proposals from across Canada. And of course, I think in speaking with the Minister and the Secretary of State to the Minister, Mr. Watson, the uniqueness was the four-party joint effort that we are looking at Edson. And I think that's unique across Canada, that we've got 4 different governments all coming together for the benefit of the region as whole and the benefit of Canada to help prosper growth, jobs, tourism especially for the area. So that's very important. I'd like to thank the 4 communities for putting this application in and strengthening the reason why the Government of Canada should have changed the policies. There was a need, and the only reason we did it was because of communities like ours here, Jasper, Hinton, Edson, and Yellowhead, asking for it, showing a reason for it, giving us a reason to change those regulations. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, as your member of Parliament, for what you're doing for our whole region. It's going to be great. Long-term prospects are bountiful. I hope they're very rich and rewarding for all of our communities. And see if I'm missing anything here. I think I've just about covered everything that was in this 14-page piece of instruction. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think I've said everything in general, what we were trying to do as a government. There was a need for a change. We needed the support for the change. We got that support from across the country. And I'm going to let our representatives from our 3 communities say a few words, and maybe our tourism from Jasper. And if anybody has questions, I'll answer questions after they do. All right? Thank you. Whoever this was, I'll put it back.
Thank you. I'll have Edson's Mayor Greg Pasychny come up to speak on behalf of Edson and the partnership group that we have here.
Well, this is, I'd be remiss to say that this didn't all just start because of a conversation over a beer. We, a long time ago, I met with the former CEO of Jasper Tourism with a beer and a dead dog. We had a conversation about air service. And I said, why didn't you guys ever look at Edson's Airport? It's the longest in the region. You can now land a 737. There's all kinds of opportunities there. And her eyes got big, and she said, we never even thought about it. That was quite a few years ago, and the ball got started rolling, and it hasn't stopped rolling. And you know, if you would have asked me a couple years ago that today we'd be standing here to have this kind of announcement, I would have said, oh, it's the federal government. Nothing works that fast in the federal government. We'll see how it goes. You know, it started with our previous MP, Jim, picked up that ball and kept that ball rolling. And you know, Councillor Chenard and I made a trip to Ottawa to see our MP, and it didn't stop. You know, I know Jasper Tourism made trips to Ottawa, and you know, we just recently met with Minister Raitt in the city, and she says, I said, oh, I'm the Mayor of Edson. She goes, oh, we have good news coming. And she wasn't lying to me, because here we are today to have this exciting endeavor. It's one step in quite a few steps to bring air service to this region, but without a doubt, to see a partnership, quite often it's very easy for Edson and Hinton, Yellowhead County to get together in partnerships, but very few things relate to Jasper. Jasper's economy definitely is different than the Edson and Hinton and Yellowhead County's economy, but this is an area where we can all get together and say this isn't just about industry. But, you know, this isn't just about tourism, it's about the whole package. And we're very fortunate to be able to sit here today and say this is one more step, and to be chosen, you know, of 10 communities in Canada right now that are being awarded this opportunity, which is, neighboring airports don't have this opportunity that we're seeing right now. So it's a matter of we take the next steps, we move forward, and we hopefully as a partnership that we can continue moving forward with this and bring air service to this region, because really we have all the other elements around this region except for, you know, commercial air service. So it's very exciting for Edson, and I have to thank you know, our partners, Yellowhead County, the town of Hinton, and of course Jasper Tourism and the municipality of Jasper, because really when you start doing things as a partnership with that many partners, it becomes very affordable and very easy to do. And you know, our consultants, over the years we've seen lots of consultants, and our consultants did a bang-up job for us, and you know, it was money well spent, and here we are today with this amazing announcement. So That's all I have to say. Again, thank you to our federal government. Also to our previous MLA too. He had a lot of hard work towards this as well when he was in his position. So it's very exciting for Edson, and we're very pleased to be here, and thank you very much.
I understand Mayor Ireland would like to speak. Come on up.
Thank you. Very little to say after that. You covered it all. I just want to say from Jasper's perspective, we're really happy to be engaged in a regional initiative. And although Jasper, and particularly our industry, tourism, although it will see benefits, we're a smaller part of this, maybe 10 to 20% of passengers on flights will be devoted to the tourism market, but that's still really significant to us. And so if we can be a partner with our neighbors to improve their industry, improve access here for locals and for their businesses, then we're happy to be part of that, because we too will see benefits. So again, I share all of the thanks and accolades that have just been spoken about by Greg. Particularly Jim, I thank you for your efforts since you've come on board. And you know, in dealing in a mountain environment as we do in Jasper and with the federal government, we are quite used to things literally moving at a glacial pace. That didn't happen here. Yes, it took a few years to get to this point, but that is lightning speed from our perspective. We really appreciate the effort, both at the provincial level and at the federal level. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate the opportunity to have worked with our neighbors in something that is a regional initiative that benefits all. And I really want to thank Mary Darley from Tourism Jasper. It's sort of unusual within the province and even within this region to see the kind of partnership that we develop locally and the collaboration in Jasper. But here we have industry representatives sitting at the table with municipal representatives. And Mary did a great job helping, in particular, keep our consultants, Intervista and Impact, on track and working really well on behalf of all of our communities. So it's a unique aspect that Jasper can bring, and we're happy to bring that to the table. But Mary, thank you so much for your efforts in getting us to this point, and thank you all for attending to share in what is really a magnificent day. Lots of work left for us, but we could not even contemplate that work without this significant step today. So again, thank you, Jim, very much for the announcement on behalf of the federal government and the ministry.
Gary or Doug, did you want to come up?
Sure. I'll say a few words. As both Mayor Greg and Mayor Dick Ireland have said, and our MP Jim Eglinski has said, this is a great day, but it's really the start of a bunch of work we've all got to get done. And I have no doubt with the partnership that we've created with the county, the 3 municipalities, and Tourism Jasper, we're just going to get this thing pushed over the goal line. And we'll take a tremendous amount of pride for all of us when we see the WestJet planes and the Air Canada planes starting to land here with scheduled air service, and you can walk through major airports throughout North America and see this airport's name up on the board. I think we'll all take a lot of pride in that, and it will be about this. It is about jobs. It is about prosperity. You can think about this region with hotels around here where people want to stay, car businesses, leasing businesses, all those things that are going to be part of this growth initiative. So it is a tremendous day, but the hard work is just about to start. The door's open. It's now up to all of us to walk through it. So, but a great day, and again, thanks to the partners. It's tremendous what you can get done when A, you don't care who gets the credit, and B, you're working together. So thank you to all the partners in particular. Thank you.
Speak at all?
I don't have to get up there to speak, just we're happy to be part of this. We'd like to thank everybody who's participated in it. It's going to be exciting to see what happens in the future. And if drinking in a bar leads to this, I would...
You want to go in and have a hot dog and a beer?
Well, thanks everybody for coming. There is press releases set up over there. I printed some off for you guys, coffee and donuts there. If I can get a representative from each of the partners to come up here behind the podium, we'll take some pictures, and then we're going to go out just outside and take a few more pictures.
So I go air side or this side?